Marwan Bishara is here. Marwan, we actually heard an as live or sort of just, that press conference almost between the two leaders where Trump mentioned all these business deals. What struck at you, not just about the business deals, but the other things the two leaders discussed?
It seemed to me like a bizarre arms bazaar of sort, with the graphics and everything. And the angles were really wrong, with the vice president almost like he's holding the signs and then the signs being pasted on the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia as if it's some sort of, a horse bazaar of some sort. The optics were definitely not great. But I think the president was trying to sell not only arms to Saudi Arabia, he was trying to sell Saudi Arabia and the Crown Prince to the American public. So I think the whole circus was meant in order to sell and improve the image of the Crown Prince of the new Saudi Arabia to the American public, because as we spoke earlier, everyone knows that in terms of image, the Saudi Arabia suffers from that in the United States.
And, I mean, not just image, the United Nations, for example, blames airstrikes by the Saudi-led coalition for the majority of civilian deaths in Yemen, a war that's now gone on for a long time. Do you think, is it speculation? Is there any hope that President Trump will put any kind of pressure on Saudi Arabia to wrap up the war in Yemen one way or another?
We haven't seen any of that, certainly not visible to us. The only thing that we've seen was several months ago, Defense Minister Mattis did say that we need to conclude this conflict in Yemen through diplomacy and some sort of a peace process. But selling arms to Saudi Arabia unconditionally and not even mentioning the war in Yemen in this press conference or in this, whatever we call it, I think that's a scandal to the United States, because even the most hypocritical of the American administrations have always attached some sort of legal framework to selling arms to Saudi Arabia and other countries. Now, let's all remember that under the Obama administration, the United States sold Saudi Arabia $115 billion worth of arms. So although there were tensions between Saudi Arabia and the United States at the time, still $115 billion of arms. Did that bring any security to Saudi Arabia? Did that not bring more and more destruction to Yemen? But what we're seeing now is basically doubling down on that and committing to sell Saudi Arabia $110 billion additional dollars of arms while the war in Yemen is killing countless people.
It's interesting you mentioned Defense Secretary Mattis, because actually he is one of the people that Mohammed bin Salman is due to meet over the next few days. So it'll be interesting to see if anything comes out of that. Marwan Bishara, thank you.